Scombroid poisoning is a serious and often overlooked foodborne illness that can strike unexpectedly, leaving individuals suffering from a range of distressing symptoms. It is caused by consuming fish that has not been properly stored at cold temperatures, allowing bacteria to produce high levels of histamine. While commonly associated with tuna, mackerel, and bonito, it can also occur with other fish, including tilapia. Many people are unaware of the risks, leading to frequent misdiagnosis and underreporting, which in turn increases the likelihood of repeated contamination in the food supply. Symptoms of scombroid poisoning can appear suddenly, often within an hour of consumption. The condition is frequently mistaken for an allergic reaction due to symptoms such as facial flushing, a warm sensation in the skin, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and headaches. Some individuals experience burning or itching around the mouth, while others develop rashes on the face, neck, or upper chest. The severity of these symptoms can vary, but in some cases, they may become debilitating, leading to dehydration or other complications that require medical intervention. What makes scombroid poisoning particularly dangerous is the lack of public awareness and the failure to properly handle seafood at multiple points in the supply chain. From the moment a fish is caught, it must be stored at appropriately cold temperatures to prevent the growth of bacteria that convert histidine, a natural amino acid in fish, into histamine. Once histamine levels rise beyond a certain threshold, the fish becomes toxic and no amount of cooking or freezing can eliminate the risk. This means that even individuals who diligently cook their seafood to safe temperatures can still fall victim to scombroid poisoning if the fish was mishandled before purchase. Treatment is often simple if the condition is recognized quickly. Antihistamines, such as diphenhydramine, Benadryl, can help alleviate symptoms, while H2 blockers like famotidine, Pepcid, can provide additional relief, particularly for gastrointestinal issues. However, in more severe cases, dehydration from persistent vomiting and diarrhea can require hospitalization and intravenous fluids. Because scombroid poisoning is vastly underreported, many people do not receive a proper diagnosis, leading to unnecessary suffering and continued outbreaks due to contaminated fish remaining in circulation. One of the most alarming aspects of scombroid poisoning is its widespread occurrence. Despite being the most common foodborne illness related to seafood, it remains poorly tracked and inadequately addressed in many parts of the food industry. Public health officials must be alerted to suspected cases to trace the source of contamination and prevent additional cases. Without proper reporting and investigation, contaminated fish can continue to reach consumers, putting more people at risk. This issue highlights the broader dangers of poor food storage and handling, particularly with perishable items like seafood. Consumers often trust that the fish they purchase is safe to eat, unaware of the potential risks that can arise from failures in the cold chain process. While refrigeration and freezing are essential, they're not always maintained consistently throughout transportation and storage. Even minor lapses in temperature control could be enough to allow bacteria to flourish, creating a hidden danger that only becomes apparent when someone falls ill. For those who have suffered from scombroid poisoning, the experience can be traumatic. The sudden onset of symptoms, combined with the mistaken belief that they may be having a severe allergic reaction, can lead to unnecessary panic and emergency room visits. In some cases, individuals with underlying health conditions, such as heart disease or asthma, may experience more severe complications due to the body's exaggerated response to histamine overload. The fact that these reactions can occur so quickly after consumption only adds to the distress and confusion. To reduce the risk of scombroid poisoning, consumers must be vigilant when purchasing and handling fish. Always buy seafood from reputable sources that adhere to strict temperature controls, and ensure that any fish is properly refrigerated or frozen until it is ready to be cooked. Be particularly cautious with canned tuna. While it is shelf-stable before opening, once exposed to air, it must be refrigerated to prevent bacterial growth. Additionally, if fish has an unusual taste, appearance, or odor, it is best to discard it immediately rather than take any chances. Ultimately, the responsibility for preventing scombroid poisoning does not rest solely with consumers. The seafood industry, restaurants, grocery stores, and regulatory agencies must do more to ensure that fish is stored and transported safely. Better monitoring, stricter enforcement of food safety standards, and increased public education about the risks of improperly handled seafood are all necessary steps to address this persistent problem. Until these measures are more widely implemented, scombroid poisoning will continue to affect unsuspecting individuals, causing unnecessary illness and avoidable suffering.